Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of It's a Progressive World, a lighthearted show about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. Alrighty, Sam, what do you have for us in store today?
So after, I would say, relatively a sort of a brief break, we had a bit, there was a bit of a space between our episodes. We decided to come back after some really jolly events in the global atmosphere. So we're gonna, I guess, try to talk about those things in a fun manner, which is the Gaza uh I don't know how would you describe, or how would you name that event? Hamas's surprise attack against Israel. I don't know how else to put it. So we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss obviously US politics, specifically the progressive politics of the third parties and independence. Cornel West, to be even more specific, and how he has changed his mind again. Uh, as they say, the third time might be the charm. And we're going to talk about him. And also, in a surprising manner, Republicans came through finally with some fun news. Matt Gaetz did a bit of a he threw a tantrum in the House and got rid of Kevin McCarthy. That was all fun. So, we're going to basically focus on those. There will be also a bit of, Iran, obviously, Nagorno-Karabakh, obviously, that type of stuff. So, yeah, that's it.
Nice, very good. But yeah, Cornell, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, I think honestly, a few days ago, I don't know if I was dreaming or not. I was thinking, I swear I was thinking, I was like, what if Cornell changed his party? I can't remember. Again, I can't remember if it was a dream
Well,
or what, but hey, and then next thing you know, see a
parallel
video on the
thinking,
hill.
perhaps.
That's
No, but I mean,
jeez.
I
He needs to slow
assume
down at this rate. I mean, there aren't that many parties out there. Just
not in
burning.
America, at least. Yeah. No, I assume at some point he was a Democrat. So at some point he's been a Democrat. I assume you know, and then at some point he's been a People's Party candidate, and then at some point he's been a Greens Party candidate, and then he's become an independent now. So we are on the fourth one, really. I mean, I don't know.
It's
We'll discuss it. We'll play the video and all that. I mean, it's just the weird one. This one, I gotta say.
Yeah, man. But
I
what
mean,
was his reasoning? I didn't even hear his excuse really. Maybe it's in the videos.
I don't think there was. I mean,
I
yeah,
just assumed like even
you,
if there was a reason, like no, I don't believe this time.
I don't believe you.
It's you. Yeah, like I wasn't too curious about the reason. I don't know why. Like when I heard, I just
Like,
wanted,
yeah,
yeah.
after the fifth divorce, you're like, okay, maybe that's he's the problem. No, but
The Green Party's like we did everything for him.
he's got that weird language that he talks in, the pastor language that I'm like, I don't know if I don't understand it, or if he's just talking nonsense.
Yeah.
So
I know. I
I
mean, I
yeah,
wonder
I'm
if, I'm
dumbfounded.
really curious now to see, like, because Norman Finkelstein, and I hope he's not watching this, and apparently every now and then he watches, he says that, his writing is really good. I'm really curious to go check out what he's written about.
Yeah,
Or,
I'm gonna
like,
do
I
that for
mean,
sure.
I wouldn't think it's the
Yeah, I
case
mean,
based on other stuff I've
no, no,
seen, but hey.
I would imagine. I mean, his speeches are interesting. His language is really flowery and poetic, but just like, I mean, I'm not a big fan of romantic poetry personally.
Hmm.
But then again, a lot of, aesthetically speaking, it's amazing. But just substantially, I'm not sure. But that's that's, I don't know. But yeah, it's a
Yeah.
weird. By the way, another person is throwing his hat in. We're gonna discuss that. I
Oh my
forgot to mention
God.
that.
That is,
No, don't say
but I
that,
don't
Can.
think
Why are
anybody
you
took that.
so why are you being I don't like your attitude towards Cenk Uygur's game-changing
Man, I
announcement
thought I
on
was listening to like a
number of
5-year-old, like, say what they're gonna do, or like I'm gonna become an astronaut, sure. Like I mean, literally, it was
So
like
good.
the same
Yeah,
level of childness, and then he really feels like he needs to and he always feels like he needs to explain stuff. I'm like, your explanations are so
Cenk Uygur,
bad, I would skip it. Yeah.
bad.
He
I
feels
know,
like he
right?
needs to get deep. Reason one, reason
Just
two,
announce and
reason
move
three.
on.
I'm like, just don't. Not helping you. For most people, it helps. In your case, it doesn't.
He's just say it and move on. Say it and move on. Yeah, I mean, you gotta be eating your own words when President Cenk Uygur is inaugurated in 20 whatever. I don't know when is the 2024. What is he running?
Who knows?
Oh my God. Yeah, it was the most pathetic attempt at a presidential it was the only presidential announcement probably worse than Ron DeSantis with the Twitter thing. It was like at
Yeah.
breaking point, it was like, guys, I'm staffing up, I guess. Is that cool, guys? Should I do it? Should I do it? Should I do
Money,
it? Is it
not
cool?
an issue.
No.
Support, not an issue. Are you sure about that? That's like those are the key
Votes,
parts, you
not an
know.
issue.
Yeah. It's not just whatever that it's not like optional or like you
No, Kenya, he will get in. He'll get 20. I mean, we'll save it for the
he'll
thing,
get
but he'll get 20.
120% of the vote. How?
Everybody will panic. They will,
Yeah.
for compromise to make Cenk Uygur happy, they will compromise everything.
Man, it was okay.
Oh,
I don't know why I
that,
always kind of
I
think
love,
like, what's the
I
stupidest
love
thing
him.
we're gonna hear throughout like this show, and I think that's probably it from a main
I mean, look, we're going to
character.
discuss Gaza and Israel. Oh, from a main character, yes, for sure. Sorry. Yeah, from main cast and crew. Yeah, you're right. 100%. 100%.
But
No.
others,
I mean,
are
Netanyahu has made a lot of guest appearances, and he's a lot of fun, but no, there is no way nearly as close to
well,
Cenk.
actually, let's maybe start with the first clown of the show. So this
Oh,
guy.
this guy.
Start
I
of
mean,
show.
this
Honorable mention.
hero. Yeah, honorable mention. I mean,
Been a
yeah.
complete idiot since 1971. Some say he has yet to peak.
Never has used brain once. Not even once. Original composition. Like, you can steal the branding, you can do it. Mileage zero. Maybe one, okay, because when you move it, it's just, sometimes. He's got the weirdest backstory, man. You've seen that movie, Truman Show, amazing
Yeah,
movie with Jim
yeah.
Carrey. He grew up in that movie's house, the house that Truman
Really?
lives. It's the weirdest thing. I didn't like. Yeah, it's in Florida or something. It's like no, sorry, that's Ron DeSantis. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm mixing characters. That's Ron DeSantis. Sorry.
Him
Oops.
too.
Anyways, him too. Whatever. They're all weird. But yes, so did you see as many have put it, he acted like a hero and stood up to Kevin McCarthy and said that you've compromised too much with those Democrats, those bad Democrats, and I'm gonna and I mean this, by the way, this was everybody knew this was gonna happen when they add in the Kevin McCarthy's election. Basically, they added this thing that now one person in Congress, in the House, can uh, basically call for a vote of no confidence. I mean, that's how I don't know how else to put it in. Yeah. On the House Speaker, which led to the removal of Kevin McCarthy, the shortest lasting House Speaker in U.S. history. So, I mean, I must say, I mean, there was quite a lot of joy in seeing Kevin McCarthy. I mean, I've never enjoyed him. I see. He's like he's your corporate Republican. So,
Yeah. Well,
in a way, like,
with a
in a
twist.
way that Kevin McCarthy.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about
No, no,
Gates. Oh,
no. That's the thing. I mean, I slightly enjoyed this because I would say, yeah, exactly. Gates has a twist. Kevin McCarthy
not a
doesn't
good
have
twist
that
though. I
twist.
just want
Not
to
a good
point that
twist.
out there. I'm not
No,
saying it's
not a
good or
good
bad.
twist.
Well, I mean, it's
No,
not good.
it's no, it's probably bad. It's almost definitely
The-
bad.
First speaker, would
However,
you?
it's at least, there is a twist. There was an attempt made to make the story exciting. But with Kevin McCarthy, it's just you get your usual, politician type. So I'm happy he got, you know, he suffered. That seems nice. But at the same time, I don't think it's like a lot of people are saying, this was the deep state. Matt Gaetz is standing up to deep state. I'm pretty sure if there is a deep state, Matt Gaetz is either part of it or just hanging about close by. They are not like letting him inside the like
No,
inner
that's for
circle.
sure.
Yeah, for he's like a creep that is like, around the party, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, I mean, I'm just saying I don't see it as so much of you know, a historic moment. A lot of
Oh
people
yeah.
do. I don't
Oh
know. Do
really? I
you?
wasn't aware of that.
A lot of the Jimmy Dore type,
Mm.
sort of left right. What do you?
Left-
I don't know what they are.
the left right coalition.
Coalition,
Okay.
the psychos of left and right.
They meet the other way. So if you just keep on going,
Yeah, the creeps, the horseshoe theory for creeps and alcoholics. Those people are like Matt Gaetz. He's standing up. Another thing is Matt Gaetz doesn't take corporate donor money.
Huh.
Like he's like AOC.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's standing up to corporate black money.
But
And
I was telling you this the other day, man. I swear. I mean, a few weeks ago, I remember seeing one of these articles and all that. And yeah, a lot of like the major politicians, even nowadays, it's not just AOC or Bernie. They survive off like, not survive. I mean, yeah, they survive on smaller donations and not necessarily from corporations and just getting more money from
do they?
people.
Is
Yeah.
it? I wouldn't. I mean,
I think it's on the rise, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe during a break or something.
no,
I'll
no,
see if
I
I can find.
definitely agree with. I remember seeing something along those lines on Breaking Points or something that it's on the rise, but I don't think it's still like more than 30%. I think
But
it's
yeah, okay,
probably
sure,
less
yeah,
than that.
I would take that. But yeah, so I
Especially in the
mean,
Senate, I would imagine in the Senate it's a much more difficult
yeah,
task than in the House, because
but yeah.
as you know, House has about 360 million seats in which there are elections about every 2 weeks. So it's just like anybody. If you try like a couple of times, you're gonna get in. Fine, like it's not that. Like, god
Yeah,
damn, the House is crazy, man. The House elections are just, yeah.
can't
But
be fun.
yeah, Matt Gaetz, man. So you don't agree that he's destroying the establishment by removing Kevin McCarthy and replacing him with Jim Jordan, who's so different from Kevin McCarthy. It's just unbelievable. But
Yeah, you know
Cam, you're
who's
so
different?
dismissive.
RFK.
No, that's true
Yeah,
difference. Like in a
also not in a good way. Everybody,
not in a good way, not
either.
in a substantive way at all. Just
He's
in presentation.
different. That's
He's different in presentation. It's shit here. But somehow it's connecting with the people. And as we put it here, my way or highway. Mr. RFK Ronald Freddie Jr. Is leaving the Democratic Party and running as an independent, not a libertarian, by the way, which libertarians were like, fuck you, like we are cooler than you anyway, and we hate Israel, so we are better than you. That was the libertarian response. But yeah, he's running as an independent and he's doing 14%, and both Democrats and Republicans are now arguing that he's actually taking votes from the other side. He's not. So both sides. I mean, in a way, I don't know. I mean, there is that debate. That's the
Yeah,
debate
Breaking
surrounding
Point
his
had
running.
it.
Breaking Boys the Hill and everybody else have
Yeah.
been talking about whether he would take more votes from Trump or Biden or neither. And I
Just
or just
or he doesn't
disappear.
really, he's really not part of that final race. So it's kind of
or
irrelevant.
people or people will vote for somebody else. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you have any strong views on this?
No, I mean, people are in on the online world, you would assume that if you live on the online world, you would assume that it's Trump who he could take more votes for. But then again, with
Sure.
the Kennedy last name, I don't know if he goes around,
Yeah,
maybe, I
exactly.
don't know, in offline, maybe sweet talking some old ladies around here and there and getting a couple of
The
votes and
people
things here and there. So wouldn't be surprised if perhaps it just evens it out. No, he takes two voters from everyone,
That's a great point you
from
made,
Trump
because
and
the only offline people who know his names are Democratic supporters, actually,
yeah.
like that's so, yeah,
And yeah, he's
yeah, good
Kennedy,
point.
and back in the day, he was more about the
Mm.
environment, right? So he could have, touched a few people there. So,
Yeah, for sure, for sure. No, I mean, to be honest, I mean, do we have the Hill video for this? I think, to be honest, Robbie makes the perfect point. Oh, this is, I think, it's towards the end. He makes the point. I can uh, maybe paraphrase it, but perhaps you can find it as well. It's, yeah, towards the end. He makes the point that,
yeah, let's just listen to
like,
5 seconds what Rob is
yeah, yeah,
saying is.
yeah, exactly.
In different conflicts, Russia, Ukraine, the Middle East, etc. What so many Americans want is a principled and consistent anti-interventionist perspective, which doesn't mean that we totally turn a blind eye to atrocities going on over the world, or that we can never speak out against them or work to counteract them, but that we have to have a sense of humility about what the American foreign policy over the last several decades has achieved, the reality that we cannot be the world police. We cannot intervene every time something goes wrong anywhere in the world, and that a lot of what we have done has invited hostility and dislike and distrust of America.
By the way, I mean, yeah, whatever. I hate libertarians, but okay. Sorry.
Yeah, yes,
That's just
Jesus,
had to
okay, that
put that
was
out there. In
unnecessary.
the other video, he's just so annoying about the Israel and Palestine thing with his money thing. That's like all he
Oh
cares
yeah, yeah,
about.
that's
I mean, we'll
terrible.
get to
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Sorry, I
oh
won't
yeah,
jump
we'll
ahead.
get, yeah, we get
Yeah.
to that, but
I
maybe
want to start
go.
a GoFundMe thing for him. I started to think, I was like, wait, do you have lunch money or not? Like, is everything, are you
We'll get to that.
non-stop?
We'll get
But
to his
yeah,
money stuff. But no, he goes on. I play a bit more. Maybe it's before this. Actually, I don't.
he did not
Maybe
look like he was
perhaps I
about
was
to
wrong.
make a good point, or he was
Well,
even
the
near a good
the point
point,
the
or
point he made about RFK was that he might take votes from Joe Biden. He might take votes from Trump. He might bring out voters who never voted. He might take out votes from Greens because he's environmental. Like, it's almost impossible to say or to predict, and impossible even after the voting is done to know, because
yeah.
people don't vote, openly.
No, I
So it's
agree.
just, it's
Yeah.
just so ridiculous to, criticize him for, or even just such a
No,
waste
no,
of a time,
no,
like,
that's so true. I mean, I hate that anyway, so I'll give Robbie
ro-
that. Yeah, and then yeah,
yeah.
it's like, there's some people out there, they're like, they'll be like, blah, 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 only won like this state by 500 votes. What if this happened now? You know what I mean? Those people who keep on
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
it.
What if there was
I'm
rain
like,
and fire? Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's like, well, I know it's ridiculous. I mean, if you're gonna
What,
get
he
that
would have stolen
detailed,
all of them. You for sure. I mean, you pretty much can predict what would have happened. So yeah, he makes a good
uh,
point. I mean, to a large extent, we don't know.
yeah, exactly. And it's just, I think it's pointless
Yeah, I don't
speculation.
think you could say like clueless. There are probably ways to maybe make an estimate if you put
Sure,
some real
sure. Like,
time
you
and
can
money
make, yeah.
behind it. But yeah.
But especially with RFK, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
And let's just enjoy. Let's just enjoy him
That's true.
running. And frankly, man, if he does end up taking votes from Trump, I mean, even though I really want Trump to be, I don't know actually. I mean,
No, and even that.
because I mean,
But wait,
if I
how
was
can he take
outside
votes?
of
But hold on though. I don't even understand how can he take that
because of
assumes that
vaccine
it's
stuff.
no. But that assumes that at the end it's not Biden versus Trump. So I guess, oh yeah, I guess he's gonna. Yeah, I mean he's an independent, so that means he has ballot access for sure now in all 50 states.
I saw
Or
Jimmy
people are
Dore
gonna mail in or like whatever.
Jimmy
So
Do-
write his name and not vote for.
No, you have to have ballot access. Even I
Or
don't
people
think
just won't go vote. I guess that's the thing.
I
Or
don't
like,
I saw there was this lady on Jimmy Dore, and she said she's got ballot access for Ralph Nader before, and she's collaborating with RFK. I don't know the process. She was like, you have to have a certain amount of signatures in each
yeah.
state, and there has to be a notary to notarize. Like it's a but she was like, and RFK has the money and the connections to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if he manages to pull it off, because of his money
Yeah, and
and
then I guess
connections.
yeah.
But yeah, very good. I didn't even like, because with Cornel West, that's been a big debate. I didn't even think of
Cornell
that.
won't make it. I mean that'll guarantee you. Okay. I
Cornel is
would be
running in.
shocked if he's
Cornel
on
is
any ballots in
Cornel. I don't know if
25
you
in
heard.
next year, 2024.
Cornel is running in the Mexican presidential election as the conservative candidate. Candidate in the primaries of the
there's
conservative.
no
I have
way.
to.
I mean, that's his next announcement, right? His next announcement is him dropping out. I mean, he can't switch another party. No.
I mean, right now he's
someone needs
independent.
to step in.
He can't
Say
switch to
enough.
another. He can't switch to another party because he doesn't have a party right now. He can adopt a party.
Oh my God, no.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I guess we'll get to it, but yeah, his argument is the movement building. That's the. I mean, shall we get to it or shall we take a break?
Maybe just hold. Maybe anything to mention here.
Oh, RFK this out. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Did you hear Kim Iverson?
No, I didn't make it to the Kim part. Where is it so I can just hear it or see it?
I mean, this is basically good segue to Cornel as well. Basically, both Cornel West and RFK have come under criticism from their sort of left-leaning supporters for their response to the Palestinian Hamas surprise attack on Israel. And what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, obviously Cornel West much less so than RFK, who seems to be weirdly psychotic about Israel. Yes, like besides the Kim Iverson, like what is his deal with Israel? Like, I mean, I get like a politician, like, you gotta know where your bread is buttered and all that, and he's a bit older, so maybe his point of view about the things are a bit tilted towards the older generation, but he's really weird about it. Like, Biden is 100 times older and more establishment, and he's not this weird about it. Like, he's like, okay, I really like Israel, I like hanging out with it, I like going out getting ice cream with Israel. RFK is like weird. RFK is like, no, I love Israel. Can we have sex, Israel, right now? Every day. Israel, every day, 24/7, Israel, sex. I love you, Israel. Like, chill out, man. Just, like, I don't know. That's the vibe I'm getting. I don't know if I'm.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, but that's his. I mean, he is like, but his style is more like, full on out, I guess, on an issue. So I guess it's not surprising, like COVID.
That's good.
Fool, this.
Vaccine, fool. Environment, fool. Larry David, fool.
So it's kind of his style, but yeah, man. I mean, on it, I would 100% pick Biden over him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
And I mean,
yeah.
Cornel, I'm like, okay, he'll make it to the White House, he'll change his mind. He's like, you know what? I don't want to be president, Cornel. We
Can I be
somehow
Secretary of
won.
State?
What do you mean? Now you don't want to be president
Cornel,
anymore.
you can't just no. I can I be a Supreme Court judge? I always wanted to be a Cornel, you just get elected. You can't just change jobs, okay? Do your job first. Like, no, but that's
But
what I was
yeah.
gonna say. Mentioning Joe Biden, dear Joe. Like, although I kind of want Trump to be like, if I was American, I wanted Trump to be president. As an Iranian, I kind of want Joe Biden to be president, but the
As a
idea of
human,
RF
you don't
just
want
I
RFK.
can't relate. Sorry, I can't say anything about it. But yeah, as a I don't know, just the idea of RFK ruining Trump's like presidency, the supporters will just the supporters' anger would be just so precious to see. I don't know, it would be interesting.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how like the people who support RFK and Trump would the bunch that are online, not the real Trump supporters who are amazing, who are awesome. By the way, no, I'm talking about the online Trump supporters who are a bit annoying, but you know, yeah. Has this changed your views about Joe, dear Joe, or
No,
dear
and now I see why the
Donald?
Democrats went from Joe last time. They looked around, they're like, crazy. I mean, yes, okay,
Kamala,
Joe,
can you
crazy. Oh my God.
read
Okay, Joe, come. Yeah, yes, we picked you. Yeah, you come. Yeah, tie your shoes. Come on. Put your jacket on. Just come.
the nurse, please help him. Please help him. Can you push the wheelchair? Yeah, it's awful out there. Like really, you think you're fed up with your wife and all that. You think about divorce, but then you look out there and you're like, no, let's
go back home.
It's safe here.
At least I know what I'm getting.
Oh, Jesus
No, but
Christ.
seriously, yeah. But this year's election needed these characters because the mainstream has no one. They only have Trump.
Yeah, I mean
they were banking on what's his name on the Florida guy. I mean, Ron
DeSantis?
Did he drop? I mean, they'll
wow,
probably never forgive him. They'll be like,
what a
we'll
black
remember
hole of
this.
charisma.
We'll remember how much you screwed up.
What a black hole of charisma that was.
Yeah,
but,
no, geez, that was unexpected to me, at least. I mean,
yeah, I genuinely thought he would have, like, the way PBD is still pumps him up. Like, you're like, oh, this guy must be amazing. But it's like PBD podcast is like, this guy's policies, man. And then you see him and you're like, I doubt he ever had any policies, PBD. But yeah, no, I mean, I would say though, Democrats, people argue, the people who know the numbers and all that, the data people, like PPD, he's a data guy. Yeah, they say that these
he knows that there's 30 days in a month. Okay, PVD, that's nothing to do with data.
No, I'm a calendar guy now.
Data,
Okay?
PVD does not equal number. Okay, knowing your date of birth, no.
Data guy.
Any number for him is data. This is a 3-piece apartment. Okay, I like the data. I like
look, there is 3 pieces of furniture here. I'm a data guy. You see, I count quickly. I counted the 3. But data people argue these days that Joe Biden and Democrats would do better with less people showing up. So maybe they were.
Oh yeah.
So maybe they were hoping for no characters on TV, so less people are. What I mean?
I mean, that's a technique. Would Yeah. I mean, with Biden, at least, you don't want a crazy election or anything. You
Yeah,
just want to
yeah.
have something as normal. Just count the regular guys, and hopefully our regular guys are 5 more than
Yeah,
your
show up.
regular guys, which is
If the regular guys show up, we are safe there. If
don't
there
get
is no
others
rain,
involved. You think it's good to have a big part. It's not.
no, it's at first
Risky.
it's primaries, everybody's happy, everybody's joyful. By the end, everybody's bitter. Some people are angry, threatening to exit. What? No.
Yeah. No, I mean, for sure they're
Yeah.
hoping, like,
Low
people don't
key.
remember it's
Low key.
election. Yeah, exactly. Suddenly.
Yeah, exactly. So, RFK is throwing a tantrum in that sense, I suppose.
No.
Throwing a wrench in their
Let's move on to Cornell, which is, besides
yeah,
affecting YouTube
please.
algorithm, I'm not sure if this, and they're having an impact.
I don't know if you're allowed to talk about Cornel, because I have to do a check because he might change his political affiliation at any moment. So I'll do a live check. This is the first time we are doing an actual live, like we're gonna do
Yeah,
every
let's
2 we are
go
checking
and come
Cornel West
back.
political affiliation. We'll be back immediately with the live update on Cornel's changing relation.
Alrighty, Sam. So is Cornell still in that same independent party, or now is like a different? He's still different
Cornel West,
independent.
Cornel West is still independent, but active in Canadian politics now. So he's moved up north. We don't know what it's very difficult to keep up. It's very tough, but we have a live tracker on him right now. Yeah. So I'm sure, as a lot of people will know, Cornel West announced that he's leaving the Green Party's primaries, I guess, to run as an independent. I tried to put a positive title, at least. Third time is the charm.
Which,
hopefully.
Yeah. To be fair, at least, everybody said, why would you run? Why would you do a primary? Just go straight away to the election. So maybe we should.
That's yeah. I mean, that seems to be the thing that I figured out from the couple of videos I watched about it. It's the only reasoning that people seem to be giving is that running as an independent might be more appealing to, like, people. No, like if you run as a green, you might have like appeal to only leftists.
Yeah, I mean, listen, every kind of approach or strategy had its benefit, has his advantages.
Sure.
He's just like, he should weigh them a bit before jumping in. I'm just like, put the pros and cons. Like, sit down for a second. No, put the phone on.
I mean, we don't know if Chris had just called him or not,
yeah,
by the way, about this.
I hope he doesn't drink. Because imagine like his decision making, like, when he's drunk. Okay, let's go to Paris, Cornel. 3 a.m. You have to go to work tomorrow.
But I have to say, man, I brought it up originally. Then I was like, it's a stupid point. Now I'm like, I was a genius. And you two for like not letting go of it. The fact that he's been married 5 times turned out to be a real giveaway to his political maneuvering. It's like, yeah, I'm changing political parties now. I am with the blues now. Blues. Today I'm with the blues. Who are the blues? We don't know yet. Yeah, that turned out to be far.
I told you.
People are always like, oh, Sam, you're so petty. You focus on personal things. Sam, you focus on bullshit. No, this stuff are giveaways.
Major life decisions are relevant. Okay. They're not everything, but
Hey, not only major life decisions, also clothing. Okay. You are allowed to judge people based on clothing. Okay? Sorry, I'm just adding stuff right now.
But yeah,
yeah, I mean, he's changed his political. I don't know. I mean, I can't come up with any justification. I mean, again, as you say, everything has its advantages and disadvantages. Just maybe, like Cornel, try to, put a bit of I don't know, maybe have
Yeah.
some sort of a
But you know, wait,
sponsor
maybe
you can
this would
call
help.
before.
What if they made like they made 3 Matrixes, right? Then they stopped, right?
Yes.
But he was only in the first one,
No,
or
no,
did
no,
he?
no. They made the fourth one. They
Oh,
made the fourth one recently.
but he was only in the first one.
I think it was only in the third or second one.
Oh,
It
okay.
was in one of the shitty. It was the Council of Zion or something. It was part of.
Okay.
It was
So
part of the leadership board.
do you think if they make a new Matrix and it does well and they give him a role, maybe he could get a few votes that way? They have to hurry up with production, though.
Or
They have to
no,
like, yeah, we need this movie in 11 months. Can you start writing
I
the
said you're
script?
gonna. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, man, with him, with that movie,
Or
he
some
did a
reruns
cameo. No, you can't.
of the
You
old
can't
one.
count. They count on him for whole like a movie production is like 9 months work. He's like, yeah, I agree to do this project. 2 months in, he's like, yeah, guys, I'm moving to Colombia. I'm becoming a nudist in Colombia.
Yeah, no, I
I
would
met
shoot
this
all
girl.
his shots
I'm
one day. I would not.
yeah, yeah. This is you can't use him as a lead actor. He's like, I met a girl. I'm getting married for the 12th time. Ah, god damn it, Cornel. So yeah, I mean, again, I just technically, I guess, policy wise, I think he's the best, but it's
He
not
needs
been the
to
best
settle
camp.
down
It's
with one party so people have time to upload his website so we can go read his
yeah,
policies.
that's
As
a
soon
good
as he has
point.
one up, they have to shut it down. Or does he just change the logo? No, I'm sure it's not his.
No, he just changes the logo because I think he has his own. Well, at least he has his own website for his own campaign. But then they keep adding like People's Party, Green Party, Independent.
Thank God it's all digital.
Republican.
I hope he
Democrat.
spent no money on like physical
yeah.
goodies, like pins or things like that. That would be like way outdated. They're like, yeah, this is my previous party. This is their mug, but it's still me. Yeah, I'm not running green, but
Yeah.
Here's a Green Party notebook. People's Party pencil.
This leaflet aged about 6 hours, which was the number of hours Cornel West was the member of the People's Party.
They should sell. Oh yeah.
Does he like I don't know if he left the Green Party or the Green Party sort of told him to.
But what's the reason?
But whoever,
the one of these videos that you have a reason. I'm curious.
No, play. I swear to God, I play them. Nobody gives me any reason. I swear to God, nobody play the part where Cornel talks, and people tell me if I'm stupid or Cornel is fucking with us. I think Cornel is fucking with us. But at any rate, what was I saying? God damn, I forgot. But yeah, play
let's
the
see
part
what
where
he
Cornel
said.
talks. Yeah, play.
Let's even listen to see if Brianna explains it before or after. We'll
No,
even
no. Oh,
see
sorry.
if she can.
Before you play this, that's the point I wanted to make.
You want to
I
bring
don't
a
know
law
if he
professor?
I don't know if he
Third
broke up with Green Party. No, but say who pays for if he broke up with the Greens, if he left the Greens, he has to pay for the leaflets and stuff. I feel like that's the
no,
that's
actually,
the
no.
The pens, all the pens. No, they
no, but they'll for sure take it from him. They'll be like, bring us those 2 pens we gave you yesterday.
You post it back to us. This is our postcard.
Oh,
sorry,
no way.
Play his. You tell me why.
Okay.
You play.
New this morning, Cornel West is running as a non-affiliated independent candidate, dropping his run under the Green Party banner. He shared the announcement earlier today. Let's watch.
We need you to be part and parcel of wrestling with this corporate duopoly, this two-party system that impedes, it gets in the way of the unleashing of the kind of policies of abolishing poverty and homelessness, of dealing with working wages, cutting back on militarism, and most importantly, trying to ensure that the best of who we are as a people can be more manifest, can be more concrete, because the crisis is real and these catastrophes are bombarding us. Please come join us.
At least there he didn't give an explanation, but forget about that, man. He's just memorized. Anytime I hear him speak, he's saying that exact sentence. And I swear, I bet you he wasn't reading off a teleprompter, although that was delivered perfectly, because he's memorized that for like 15 years now. So it's even more, comes off
Or a
even
variation
better.
of that.
No, no, I swear, I think he just...
No, exact words, Sam.
And he didn't give a reason
words.
there. With this
No, he doesn't.
corporate
No,
duopoly.
just before I'm gonna completely agree with you, and I gotta give him the credit for. I gotta say, man, I love the old-fashioned colors. You know, the tie with the tiny, like the tiny triangle thingy coming down. I
No,
really
he's
love that.
stylish
But
guy. He
very
has like a
stylish.
look, you know.
The
That's why they
glasses.
put him in the
Yeah,
Matrix, and man.
Oh yeah, that's why. I thought that's because he was a professor of horror. But okay, yeah. But
what does that have to do
you're
with
right.
Bruno?
You know, like I mean, they thought it's a very smart movie. They thought, but you're right. It was because of the looks, and but you're. I mean, look, he's saying a lot of, like, the thing. Bernie said these stuff as well, but at least Bernie dropped some like, you know, more concrete stuff, and he was more aggressive about it. This is really sentimental, sort of, you know. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just sentimental. Okay, it's all nice, but all right.
what does
I
Bree
don't
say?
know.
I'm just curious. 10 seconds.
Bombarding us. Please come join us.
Meanwhile, a new Gallup poll reveals over half of U.S. adults, that's and Democrats,
58% of Republicans would endorse a third-party candidate compared to 46% of Democrats. 3/4 of independents. I mean, that has a demonstrated track record of appealing to the right, and that's where RFK Jr. is sitting right now. If he can get 3/4 or anywhere close to that of the independent vote, and
Oh my God, I forgot. U.S. elections are pretty much a math lesson. Like, immediately she pulls out the calculator. 3 divided by 2 times RFK minus Obama. That's a 1% vote.
I mean, yeah,
and then they complain that mainstream media turns into a horse race. At least they wait until the race starts, then they start.
They are. I'm pretty sure they're doing the same shit.
Yeah,
We just
sure.
don't watch them. That's I mean, no, the Hill is really the hypocrisy of the Hill. I gotta say, it's just so good though. But I mean, did you?
So yeah, we
get
don't know what
anything about
Bree's take is.
Bree, about Cornel West leaving the Green Party, I don't even remember. But I may still, again, does
nobody
anybody
have a
like
take
even
on
why nobody even says why? Like, play the
they
Vanguard
can't be
video,
bothered.
the Vanguard video. Like, nobody explains to me why did he do this. Like, he doesn't even. This is like a really bad boyfriend. Like, I'm really interested,
But
like, to know the
this
divorces.
is for I think here they talk about Israel Palestine, no?
Oh, that's no, yeah. Oh, this is the Israel Palestine one. Oh, yeah, they have another video. Don't need to play it actually. But in that video, I swear to God, they don't give any reason in that video either. But they discussed how he left the Green Party.
Buckle up, because we've got to talk about some bad news, in my opinion. We got to talk about some bad news, kind of annoying.
Oh, they are very
just
upset.
the other day, Gavin was telling me,
why?
I don't want to hold it.
Pause.
I don't want to be too hard on.
Oh my. How
so
is this
funny,
even
man.
like a serious thing to be upset about?
No, he's so upset because guess what? Guess what is being impeded and what is being damaged because of this camera.
Now the Green Party can at least do as bad as they usually do. At least
No,
like, okay, now
guess
that
what?
this guy's
No,
out of the way.
no, the movement. They were trying to build a
Uh,
movement and get to the 5%. And then if they got to the 5%, then they would get the budget. So next time they would get to the 7%. But now no movement
Man,
building.
maybe
So,
if Cornel West had no say in his party or in anything, and like he was ran by like professionals and he was just a front man, maybe his popularity and charisma would have done something.
Oh,
But with him in charge,
yeah,
they had to
mean,
bring
I
in the
don't-
military to like hold them back. And then like 200 consultants.
They had
Okay,
to- they
first
have
call
to
the
do it.
Navy. Okay, secure Cornell. Okay. Hire someone from
They
DC.
have to do what they did to Mohamed Morsi, to Cornel West. They do Al-Sisi. They bring Al-Sisi from Egypt and he's, okay, we are doing a coup, guys. We bring in Cornel. You can't change sides every 5 minutes. No. I mean, look, that's the thing, though. If I do think he had the name recognition, if maybe the sort of campaign is run a bit more professionally, because I mean, I think he still has a slight chance to getting the 5%, because just nobody still cares about, like, like
Yeah.
like the only people talking about US elections right now are crazies like us that
Yeah,
care
yeah.
about politics. Like, it's not normal people, like nobody cares about any of this. So maybe he's still like hasn't burned all, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, like
uh,
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think of
I'm
an
trying to be positive.
analogy. I don't know. It's kind of like he got at the party really early and he's acted a bit crazy, but not all the guests have arrived yet. If he just calms down in front of the
Yeah.
other ones, he can
Look, he
act
puked.
normal.
He's had a coffee now. He's had a coffee in him. He can, he can turn this around. He can turn this. There is a girl who just walked in. She doesn't know about the puke or about the shit talking before the puke.
Seriously. Oh boy, man. Cornell.
But I really don't even have anything else. Like, this is probably our headliner this week. And I don't even know what to like. It's just literally what we said, that Cornel left the independent. There's no reason. There's no excuse. We don't even know if the Green Party kicked him out. He left the Green. I know, nothing is clear. So I don't know. Do you have any ideas?
And then he hasn't had a good week either, huh? I think maybe this is just like a before
Yeah,
we
it's a good
really move on. This is like a mini segue.
Yeah, that's a good segue. So we as with RFK, who we discussed, is weirdly in love with Israel to an uncomfortable extent for Israel and Israel's family, who are
Netanyahu
who are
wrote to him,
asking,
like, please back off of it. We need some space.
Netanyahu has officially asked the Kennedy family to step in, and can you take your son is really weird about this. Like, he came to Israel, he digged the hole, and he just started just fucking it. It was
And he
really
says he's
weird.
not leaving. So
He just started jacking off all over Israel. It was really weird. People were creeped out. Please control it.
we have a temporary
Yeah.
truce. Okay, they've agreed.
Yeah.
Hamas agreed. Come and take it.
Hamas has agreed to cease activities if RFK leaves Israel. They are willing to recognize Israel only if RFK please just stops talking about it. But yeah, it's just, besides RFK's weird obsession, also Cornell apparently got into, according to Vanguard, this is, I mean, I don't even know the veracity of it. This story is very questionable. Vanguard recently have proven themselves to be quite a bit of liars. So, but I thought it's fun, just to talk about. But apparently he tweeted something about and he did the whole
Yeah,
I condemn Israel, but I also condemn
yeah.
the Hamas violence. And I- look, what do you want him to say? I mean, not that I don't agree with what he said. I'm
Yeah.
a bit more sympathetic, I would say, to Hamas.
Well, that's the
But
thing. I guess like yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, he's such a humanist, I suppose. I mean, you saw him talk.
Yeah.
What you like?
So what
What
does
did you
that
expect
mean
him
then?
to
Then
say?
that means
Like,
he's pretty much he's a Democrat, or he can't even.
yeah, I mean, everybody in effect are everybody when that's why Bernie, like when you see what happened with Bernie, like Bernie was the only guy because he seemed like such a bitter old man. You thought, no, he's gonna become president and he's gonna be like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna make peace with Hamas, and you know what? Go fuck yourself. But no, and like even when you see him like folding, like that's why I like even in like
But even that,
getting
man, I
like,
mean,
and
I
I by
can't.
the way,
We can't even like begin to make comparisons between the two guys, I feel. But yeah, I know what you
oh,
mean.
I'm referring to a more of a
Yeah, yeah, I know
Corbyn.
what you
Jeremy
mean.
Corbyn is a more better example that even when they get power, they don't know what to do with
Yeah,
it. So what's the point of like wasting your time really,
yeah. I
or
mean,
vote or
Corbyn was.
effort or
Yeah, I
money?
mean, yeah.
Jeremy Corbyn got elected to the biggest party, biggest left-wing
Yeah,
party
no,
in
he
Northern
led the
Europe. I think
biggest. No,
biggest
he led
party.
the biggest party in the UK,
He
right?
led. He led the in membership numbers the
Yeah.
biggest party in Northern Europe. I'm pretty sure in terms of
Hmm.
it was, I think, biggest part. Maybe it was the biggest left wing, but I'm pretty sure it was the
You
biggest
know,
party.
never. Yeah.
700,000 people. 700,000 people. And he didn't even like make the council, the main committee, like sympathetic. Like he pathetic. Like their obsession with humanity
Yeah.
and their morality is just they're not effective people, like really. So
You know, it just kind of hit me for the first time right now. Like, fine, Cornel. What's his name? Oh, Jesus Christ, the English guy.
Corbyn.
Corbyn didn't become prime minister, but he was the leader of the biggest. So
Oh
he
yeah.
had reached quite a bit of power, but yeah,
It was as if
I guess
Bernie
some
had
will say,
won
well,
the
he was
primaries.
undermined, but yeah, yes,
No,
exactly.
but like he won the primaries. Like he was the more successful version of Bernie, and we saw what happened with that. So, and with Bernie to a lesser extent. So it's just like at this point, like there was this idea, I guess, that if you get a humanist like them into a position of power, they still put the right people in charge and stuff. But no, their obsession again with balance and whatever is just, I think, I don't know. That's my view. Maybe they prove me wrong. I hope. Maybe I'm harsh. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because most people, I would say most people would say I am being way too harsh on Corbyn. You don't think so? Oh, well, yeah, I'm just putting
I
the
mean, I don't know that
mainstream
much
view.
about him, or like that much in detail, but yeah.
Sure, sure. No, fair enough. No, I'm just putting the mainstream view out there, just to be
Thank you
fair
for
and
that.
balanced,
I
like
appreciate
PVC. Yeah,
that.
yeah,
But yeah, so that was a little mini transition
yeah.
to what
And
has
now,
dominating pretty much the news.
yes, exactly. And maybe you can play. I think we have a Reuters bit that can probably put things in context. But what we're going to talk about now is the surprise Hamas attack on Israel, which was on an unprecedented scale, which caused more than I think now we can more than about 1,000 people have died in the attack from the Israeli side, and now it's 3 days since, and Israel is on the attacking side, bombing Gaza. So that's the, I guess, context.
Palestinian Islamist group Hamas rampaged through Israeli towns on Saturday, killing and capturing scores of civilians and soldiers in their biggest surprise attack in decades. The group distributed these videos Saturday from inside an Israeli military camp near the border of Gaza. Reuters couldn't immediately verify the videos, which display what is said to be bodies of Israeli soldiers brought into Gaza by fighters. Israel then responded with massive airstrikes deep inside the coastal enclave that led to the collapse of buildings and vowed unprecedented retaliation. During a security cabinet meeting, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, "Since this morning, the state of Israel has been at war. Our first objective is to clear out enemy forces that infiltrated and restore the security and quiet to the communities that have been attacked. The second objective, at the same time, is to exact an immense price from the enemy within the Gaza Strip too." Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh said the assault that had begun in Gaza would spread to the West Bank and Jerusalem. "This was the morning of defeat and humiliation upon our enemy, its soldiers, and its settlers," he said, adding, "What happened reveals the greatness of our preparation. What happened today reveals the weakness of the enemy." In southern Israel near Gaza, bullet holes filled the windshield of a car as bodies were found nearby.
But yeah, things are not looking good.
No,
And
this was, I gotta say, it was genuinely unprecedented. Like, because I would
Yeah.
say, like, the news from Middle East is pretty much usually exaggerated. Like, it's just every year.
I mean,
same
at the
shit
very
happens.
least, you can say the style and all that is different, right? Because I mean, how many times have Hamas and Israel gone to war over the past, say, 20 years or whatever that Hamas has existed? So, like 3 or 4 times, right?
Well,
And
no,
this,
there are clashes constantly. There are
yeah, of
low-key
course,
clashes constantly, but this was
yeah,
I mean, it was truly, putting aside you're on the side of Israel or Hamas, it was truly humiliating for Israel. Like,
yeah.
basically,
Because I
like
mean, because usually
yeah.
they would never quote unquote break into Israel like they did this time.
No, and it wasn't just they broke in 80 different places. They broke in through sea, air, and land. They took over certain communities for at least, it seems, 4 or 5 hours, and the military wasn't even able to respond for even show up for the 5-6 hours. And it took them, I mean, tonight again, according to France 24, we might play her a bit. France 24 reporter, they claimed that again they secured the border in southern Israel, or what, I don't know, what southern occupied territory, whatever. But like they said that last night, but it turned out there were still some gunmen or some fires or something. So it was truly a sort of a true failure of unprecedented scale for any nation. It would be, and it kind of showed all, like, highlighted the Israeli vulnerabilities, that in terms of geography and all that.
Well, yeah, in terms of situation, I mean, I guess I wouldn't necessarily just say,
Yeah,
I
situation
wouldn't
is a
put
better.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
No, because I think geography is part of the situation. In terms of, for example, right now, they're extremely worried about the whole, second front from Lebanon. And, we're going to talk about it, about even a third front, in, like, some people are saying Israel might attack Iran. And to me, that sounds crazy, because even Israel is, they're, you need manpower to,
Oh, yeah.
even if you have the best equipment in the world, you just need people to operate them, over time and all that. So it's
Yeah, no, that'd be crazy.
yeah, it's
Dance on.
This was
but then
did you
the
hear about
music
this
stops and rockets.
Yeah,
are heard.
kinda.
Festival goers make their way to their vehicles, ready to drive to safety, some still seemingly unaware of the threat. People's cars were parked to the north and east of the main pavilion.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what did you, I mean, before talking about the geopolitical ramification and all that, I guess you got to talk about the coverage. And the coverage, I gotta say, the only coverage that you could argue is like we discussed this all time that, you know, I think Russians in American media or in media like English speaking media are especially treated badly. Like, you know, just no redemption for like Russian characters in action movies or stuff. But I think that's like the Palestinian coverage of this. That's unbelievable to me. Like the things you hear, like about Palestinians are genuinely unbelievable. France 24 in a video we have. I mean, maybe the guy who spoke was originally a French speaker. Maybe you can clarify. He said at some point that anthropologically speaking, Palestinian may not be ready for making peace or being ready to. I mean, I don't know. Maybe anthropologically, something was lost in
I
translation
doubt
from
it. Doesn't
French.
sound like a word that we lost in translation.
Yeah, exactly. It sounds like a Latin root. Yeah, but at any rate, it felt very like I can't believe the way they like, and the way, you know, it's again obviously everybody's sympathetic to children or whatever, innocent people who are caught in the middle of fire, but just the double standard is just so apparent to me. I don't know. It's just, can they not see it? Like, I don't know. Did you feel there was a bit of a bias?
I was gonna make a Robbie joke, but I was like, let's just wait the turn. It wouldn't make sense. But no, I mean, to be honest, I followed so little that, I mean, you know, I know usually how it's covered, but this time I haven't particularly seen in order to
because to
give
be
a
honest,
comment. I mean, especially from the videos that you sent me, I kind of straight went to the Hill ones and all that. Listen to those idiots.
I mean, to be honest, this is, for me, this was because of Iranian connection, which we're going to discuss, and because it was just unprecedented scale. I usually don't listen or watch or Israeli-Palestine stuff anymore. Like, I don't, like, you know, because it's always the same shit. But this one seems to, I would say it's not an exaggeration to say this is a watershed moment, which I know media says a lot, but you know.
Yeah, and I mean, and I listened to Al Jazeera a bit, and of course there the tone is different. I mean, the people who come.
Oh yeah, Al Jazeera is the only normal one, but no, the way they, even BBC Persia, man, the way they're like, they were talking to an Iranian guy, for example, Iranian Israeli guy in Israel, and they were like, "Are you okay? We know they're like, oh, you know, right now, Israelis attacking Hamas, Gaza." And Hamas is shooting rockets. And they're like, oh, we know there are rockets being shot at Tel Aviv and all that. Are you okay? Do you feel safe? And all that. So that's when they're talking about to somebody in Tel Aviv. And then they were talking about to a guy in Gaza with his mobile phone lights turned on, everything blacked out. And he was like, and they were like, so now do you, I understand you're in a difficult position, but do you understand after what Hamas has done, why Israel has to do what it is doing right now?
Yeah, no, you did that really well. I can so picture, that scene exactly.
It was unbelievable, man. It was unbelievable. Yeah. And to be honest, man, I mean, I am surprised things like that does not happen more often. Like,
oh yeah,
I like, it's such a surprise to me. Everybody else is surprised about this.
No, 100%.
They treat Palestinians like dirt, and they expect them to never. I don't know.
No,
it's
100%.
Ridiculous. It was unbelievable. The media coverage was probably one of the worst I've. But then again, you're right. It's probably because I don't really watch Israeli-Palestinian news that often.
No, but I mean, this time, you know, it was a bit different. And this time they had, let me just unplug and replug this camera. This time, the thing is, they had different kind of scenes to react to, it seems, right? Like I said, the ground invasions and things like this. So I think this time, the coverage and the sentiment might have been even further like tweaked up. Like amped up. You know, whenever something happens that surprises them a bit, like in the media, like you remember like the first week or two when Russia-Ukraine happened. I mean, they were just like, then they went back to a bit more normal kind of thing. So when something that happens,
you know what?
they give themselves permission to be like, yeah, so these guys are monkeys, huh? No, okay, it's too too
Can
extreme.
We say no, too soon, too soon. Yeah,
taking too far, like
No, you're right. It was very reminiscence. Anyway, I think the reason
People
why it was
change
kind
their
of
dietary habits after that. They're like, okay, we're no longer eating beef estrogonoff. It's a French dish. We don't care.
Sounds Russian to me.
Yeah.
But
I quit drinking after what? You're an alcoholic drinking what? 30 years. I'm
drinking whiskey now. No, the thing is, I think this is my theory anyway. The fact that many of the victims or many of the videos and the sites that it was taking place were not military sites. It was like, civilian sites and less civilians involved. And then you see the fact that they're like, can you believe they attacked our civilians? And you're like, those like malnutrition children in Gaza, are they not civilians? Are they like 7-year-olds? They're like warriors of Islam. They are the 6-year-olds are like soldiers of some kind. Like the difference in the way it's just reminds me personally of the way the journalist was like, these refugees coming from Ukraine, they are not brown, they have blue eyes, it's unbelievable.
They're pink.
They are allowing some of them are even, are red. It's really, I mean, we are allowing this. We are allowing. No, so it was just like so. I mean, again, it's probably because I don't watch that much Palestinian Israeli news. It's probably, but it was just like and a lot of just I feel a lot of crocodile tears were being shed for Israel.
Yeah, and then with Iran, they're like, you remember those $3 that we released? Yeah, that has funded from East China expansion all the way here, all of Asia, pretty much.
Before that, don't you want to talk about Robbie? And that's related. Let's go to the hill then. It's a good segue to that, I guess. But no, that's the thing, man. So the arguments that now some have made is that. First of all, the Wall Street Journal, wrote an article saying that certain high-ranking Hamas people are telling Wall Street Journal that Iran was involved in the attack, like directly involved in the operation, not just, the emotional support to that which we have been giving for the last 30 years. Not hugs and kisses this time. No, they actually, brought the meat or some kind of pastry to the party this time. They contributed. So that was the accusation by Wall Street Journal, and Lindsey Graham started running with that and all that. And then that kind of Trump and other people in their genius way started sort of tweeting or truthing or whatever that as Camille pointed out, Camille put it in it wasn't quite $3. It was $6 billion, $6 million. I don't know. Nothing significant that was like released about a week ago from South Korea to Qatar. That has not.
That has been used for everything right now. Iran has renovated all homes, all bathrooms, nuclear bomb. That was the first
in Lebanon. Terrorist groups in Yemen, terrorist groups in Afghanistan, all of them have had their houses renovated, their cars have been pimped out, and it's just the most. I don't know, these people, like, have they not lived like when there's a money transfer to your account, how long does it take for you to do something? Like, Like, Iran hasn't had even if the money we got the money, which we haven't, which we have not got the money yet. Like, and it's just goddamn. And then the poor. I mean, you can maybe show his picture. Poor
Yeah.
Trita Parsi.
Oh, yeah.
He's forced to go on his usual tour of assuring American public that, guys, first of all, this is not your money, okay? This is Iran's own money. You confiscated
In South Korea.
All right? It's like literally has nothing to do with you, okay? It's just like
I
really,
know.
really.
And
Well,
then
okay,
he's like,
so
on
calm
top
down.
of that, the money's still in the account.
Yeah,
And on top of that, the
and
treasury
there are
gets to
these-
look at it 24/7. I don't understand how that works. There's just a guy in the US staring at the screen. It's his job.
On top of that, we also put a mouse trap on the pile of money. If Iran touches, if Iran comes and tries to touch the mouse trap, will go off and it's just crushes their arm. So please relax. Please relax. Poor Trita Parsi's job is just like he has studied under like Francis Fukuyama, one of the like legendary political scientists, and now he's reduced to every week coming, guys, this is not your money. Trust me, I swear to God.
Oh, and
And
Robbie, on
we had
the
that,
other hand, he's just begging for those 3 billions. Like his take in the whole thing is that
Oh,
3
man,
billion
yeah.
in aid, and him and Bree misrepresented that anyway, because that is very common knowledge, if I'm not mistaken, that the 3 billion that US gives to Israel goes directly back to US weapons manufacturers who they have to buy money with. No, sorry,
I
weapons
would
with.
say, I mean, I would say, I think the, for example, airplanes recently was announced, some of the airplanes are being even manufactured in Israel. So it's more complicated than
Yeah,
just
sure.
100% back or for. It's a very complex relationship. It's not, it's codependent.
Anyway, we need to start GoFundMe for Robbie. That's the
but
message I
man,
got
yeah,
halfway through the video. I'm like, are
no,
you
man,
getting
you haven't-
paid? This
you-
money obsession is a bit
you
concerning
haven't
here.
seen. We haven't seen enough Robbie Israeli videos, because in Robbie Israeli videos, everyone he brings up, he did bring it up in this one, and he bring it up in every other one. He's like, so guys, I mean, okay, this is all very sad, or oh, this is very important. Oh, but what about intelligence failure? Anybody talking about intelligence failure? Anybody's talking about in Israel intelligence failure? I love that, intelligence failure. Anybody like Israel in Israel? Anybody criticizing?
Everybody has their own niche.
Yeah, everybody's obsessed with something. So, I mean, I guess.
But in this video, it's
here-
just 3 billion. This where no, but the money this, but yeah, or no, like literally
he
one part he
mentions-
says, "I don't really care about this Palestine part." I swear to God, he says that. He's
No,
like,
he-
"I want to know
no,
why
he-
our money is going to them," and I think
Well-
that's the most astute comment that you've made, like ever. I think like 90% of people who are intervening or who are anti-interventionists, you're like, okay, let's say the US is not giving any money to them or blah blah. Do you still care? They're like, no, fuck it. And that no. Then do whatever you
yeah.
want. Like, I mean, their whole
if it's-
concern comes back to that, which of course has its genuine aspects, but yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah, that was his best point. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I thought you were gonna make an opposite point, but yeah, I agree completely. That exactly. That was the best point he made. But did you see the back and forth? Oh, you haven't seen? Have you seen this? Did you see the back and forth?
Yeah.
Especially at the end between Bree and the. I don't know what can we call that guy. I
Oh,
don't
with
know,
that
he's
guy.
just
Oh,
a-
yeah. So with this guy,
With
I can play
Not
that because
street
that
talk.
is literally the
a bit
last.
fun. Yeah,
So yeah,
last,
Brie
like,
and this
30
guy.
Maybe I
So
think
this
it's a
guy
bit
was the
before that.
pro-Israeli guy, I guess.
Yeah, he was the pro.
conflict
even
and the
they
violence
brought
that
a
we saw.
liberal pro.
And that is, in fact, on both sides. That is, of course, enormously regrettable and tragic. What
more objective, totally.
and
Right
I
here.
see it. Thank you both for joining us today.
Well, you know what? Not every issue is totally even-sided, and I really wish you had a bit more objectivity as a journalist, because I
He's right
certainly
And
don't see it.
I wish that the broader scope of journalism that we've seen over the last 50 years of this conflict had been more balanced in a way that perhaps would have prevented us from getting into the conflict and the violence that we saw emerge over the weekend. Unfortunately, I think the longstanding concerns of Palestinians have been ignored and, in fact, exacerbated by contributions from the U.S. government and military funding. And that is, in fact, the precondition I think that Dr. Parsi is speaking to, which unfortunately is leading to all of this bloodshed on both sides that is, of course, enormously regrettable and tragic. But I appreciate
Well, maybe at some point you'll realize that the Palestinians bear some responsibility for their plight. I hope you do at some time.
And I hope at some time you will acknowledge that the Israeli government, which is an occupying force over a people that has existed in that territory for a very long time, bear responsibility for displacing people from their homes, placing them in an open-air prison, and putting them in conditions which has been described by Israeli officials and groups like
I have on numerous occasions, publicly and not, criticized the Israeli government.
I don't know if the same could be said. I appreciate you both for joining us.
Look at that. He even had to resort to saying that he's criticized them in the past. I didn't realize how he at first time I was more shocked by the back and forth and laughed. But this time, just on pure activity alone and on the volume, she beat the guy. And also since the guy was saying nonsense.
She also did the nice sort of thank you, and they're moving on.
And also the reference to Trida, also it's like, he's also on my side. That's not
Trita, I feel like Trita was like, please don't bring me into this. I'm barely
You guys said 15 minutes.
Guys, I have to go to breaking points to explain to them where the money is going. Okay, so I'm barely hanging on. People are on my back about this 6 billion constantly. But the Israeli guy at the end, did you see he brought up that he's had black friends? Defense that I've criticized Israel before on numerous occasions. I've had I have Jewish friends. I'm not an anti-Semitic person.
I've had a girlfriend before. Wait, what does that have to do with anything? I'm not gay.
She's in Canada right now.
This is a picture of her.
It's with Zoom.
Looks like a model.
Looks like a picture came with a frame. No. This was his defense of. It's just the thing is there is no point in arguing with these people as well. It's just the narrative that they believe in is so different that you have to basically you have to change your view about these facts.
Wait,
otherwise
hold on.
None of this works.
You weren't joking. Trida Parsi did have to go on the breaking
Yes, he has to go on breaking and MSNBC and CNBC and Fox News and Iran International and BBC page. He has to go in at least 2 languages that I know. He goes on 6 different channels to explain to 6 different people how guys, calm down. Everything is calm.
It's
okay,
so funny.
Let's chill out. Let's just chill out.
I feel like this 6 billion, kind of. I don't know. I can't. Kind of making me think where I don't know. Where something good happens for somebody else, but then it kind of becomes a problem for you. I don't know. It's kind of like when a kid gets a dog and then the dad or the mom have to take care of it. He's like, okay, you guys got the 6 billion. Sure. Now I have to go. It's 2 years defending where the 6 billion came from.
Okay.
How is this my problem?
You get the 6 billion, and I got to talk to Senyer and calm him down about it. Oh God. I swear to God, they better give Trito at least 1 million out of that 6. I mean, I swear to he deserves it. He's been
he's the middleman running around, I don't know, cashing the checks, putting them in the accounts.
Does he get reprimanded for his internet usage? It's expensive in America. And he's constantly yes, I'm with breaking point right now. Yes, the 6 billion is safe. I am here. The 6 billion is right here. It's surrounded by Americans and Koreans. Okay? You have 4 different layers to protect the 6 million that is Iranians anyway. So
in South
thank
Korea,
you, say
but
back to you, Sagan.
I love how that part though comes up and how it's in South Korea. Like, I don't know why I find that so funny.
It's in Qatar now. It was released from South
walked
Korea.
over. Trita personally drove.
That can be $6 million. Like, I'm pretty sure Avatar movies cost more than $6 million. And Iran for $6 million, you're like, first go to Korea. No, now you have to go to Qatar. Now you have to go to Dubai. No, the Dubai office just closed down. So you have to go to Azerbaijan. I think, for fuck's sake, Jesus Christ, just give us the guy.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I swear they should give at least 1 million to
just
Trita.
the
He
cost of
deserves.
managing this money. Like, okay,
Yeah.
left with minus 100 million. We're not sure how it happened, but with all the transaction fees and the insurance, this is costing us.
Trita's psychological therapy following his appearances on the Hill and Breaking Point cost us $500,000 itself. Just his therapist. He's waking up nightmares. He's waking up at night going, the billions. Where are the 6 millions?
He's refusing checks for his work. He's like PTSD when it comes to money.
Oh, man. Yeah, but good. I mean, poor guy. I mean, I gotta say though, he's so active. You gotta give him that.
Yeah.
Just like he's everywhere.
He gets on the show. He's like, yeah, let's go. Yep, I got you 6 billion. Okay.
I got you.
Yeah.
Ready.
Here's a photo. Let's start with the photo. Yes. Okay, so.
Okay, the heel. All right, get ready. The heel is the weird one. They've got the lefty and a righty. So you gotta. All right. So Mossadegh was good. All right. Good girl. You remembered Mossadegh's name, right? And also the money's safe. The money's safe. That's the key, Trita. The money's safe. Don't forget it. That's the line we are going.
Is it safe and
But
secure?
yeah,
Yes. It's also
yeah, it's secure. Yeah, it's not in Iran. It's in a different third-party country. It's in a lock. The lock is under the ocean, and Aquaman is protecting the lock. Yeah, correct. But basically, I don't know. I don't know what to discuss. But yeah, people are saying. And the Wall Street Journal article, Trita Parsi kind of criticized it. And so far, both American government, Israeli government have said they have no hard evidence and they don't believe Iran is involved in any way in the Hamas attack. Except the whole, long-term financial support, blah, blah, blah. And Iranian Supreme Leader today came out and in his speech 3 times, he denied any involvement. So I think Iran is trying to make it clear, guys, look, okay, we succeeded more than our wildest expectations, but it wasn't us. Okay, it wasn't us. It was the Palestinians. They did it. They're independent people. The Iranian thing is hilarious, and kind of this time you are always like I kind of get it why Arabs hate Iranians, because it's like Iranians are like celebrating government sponsored, by the way. It's clearly government sponsored celebrations, police comes, blah, blah, blah. And they give tea and we're gonna free the Arab lands from the occupations. And then Arab Iranians from Southern are like, can we have self-rule? And then they're like, shut up. All right. Nobody was talking to you. Shush. All right. We're talking about Palestine. All right. All right. So yeah, that's a bit, hypocritical of them. But yeah, Iran is some people are saying geopolitical winner because Israel and Saudi seem to be on verge of sort of a big deal, sort of a peace, maybe diplomatic recognition, and that seems to be going on a back burner right now.
But wait, they hadn't done that? No, true, Israel.
No.
Yeah.
Not
Saudi didn't, yeah.
Saudi is a bit because of Mecca, whoever is the king of Saudi is also the sheriff of Mecca, and that's a very important thing. Khadem Mecca.
Yeah.
And there was even there were a lot of, like, in Iran there are government sponsored celebrations, but all throughout Arab world there was quite a lot of a spontaneous celebration. And in Egypt there was a police officer killed, 2 Israeli tourists and their guide. So like tensions are high, the countries that have relations with Israel.
Yeah.
So geopolitically, Israel is right now sort of on the back foot, although the ball is in Israel's court right now, and everybody's backing Israel, basically bombing Gaza to some centuries ago. Yeah, which is very sad. But I don't know what else to say. But yeah.
But okay, so we have a few more here, but I mean, I think we've kind of maybe touched on all of them more or less. Oh, we have the Mia Khalifa before we go some of those Instagram videos.
Sure, and the Biden one is worth mentioning, that Biden is trying to tie because of he's trying to tie new funding that extra funding they're gonna give to Israel to Ukraine funding. So Republicans are forced into voting for it, basically. So Biden, smart guy, that's stuff.
And let's see what Mia Khalifa said.
Yeah, this one is interesting.
More than 24 Harvard University student organizations declared in a statement on Saturday that the Israeli regime was, quote, entirely responsible for the violence in its fight against Gaza. This is according to Fox News. A joint statement from Harvard Palestine Solidarity Groups reads, "We, the undersigned student organizations, hold the Israeli regime entirely responsible for all unfolding violence. Today's events did not occur in a vacuum. For the last 2 decades, millions of Palestinians in Gaza have been forced to live in an open-air prison." Now, student groups at Columbia and Swarthmore universities are also facing backlash for similar statements that they made condemning Israel. Also facing backlash are Representatives Rashida Tlaib and Cori Bush. Representative Tlaib posted on Instagram, quote, "I grieve the Palestinian and Israeli lives lost yesterday, today, and every day. I am determined as ever to fight for a just future where everyone can live in peace, without fear, and with true freedom, equal rights, and human dignity. The path to that future must include lifting the blockade, ending the occupation, and dismantling the apartheid system that creates the suffocating, dehumanizing conditions that can lead to resistance." Representative Bush also wrote on Saturday, quote, "I am heartbroken by the ongoing violence in Palestine and Israel as part of achieving a just and lasting peace. We must do our part to stop the violence and trauma by ending U.S. government support for Israeli military occupation and apartheid."
Journalist Jackson Frank, who recently became a Sixers writer for the Philly Voice, was reportedly let go following a tweet showing solidarity with Palestine in response to the team's remarks about Israel. The team wrote in a statement, "We stand with the people of Israel and join them in mourning the hundreds of innocent lives lost to terrorism at the hands of Hamas." In response, Frank wrote, "This post sucks. Solidarity with Palestine always." Philly Voice CEO Hal Donnelly told the New York Post Mr. Frank is no longer employed by phillyvoice.com as of today. Frank denied the New York Post request for comment. More in censorship news. Playboy has also fired former porn star Mia Khalifa after she expressed support for Hamas following its attack on Israel. She wrote on X, "Can someone please tell the freedom fighters in Palestine to flip their phones and film horizontal?" In another now deleted tweet, she called a photo of Hamas fighters a resistance painting.
A Renaissance painting.
A Renaissance painting.
Yeah, look, I think a lot of these statements, not all of them, but a lot of them are pretty bad.
Let's start with the Harvard one. What's your objection?
Well, I don't think it's true that Israel or the Israeli government is entirely bears all and sole blame for what happened. I mean, individual people have some agency here. A militant group attacked a.
That's his reasoning. He goes to
individual.
That was.
Yes. Agency versus determinism. That
but
is
like, whose agency are you talking about? That was,
I guess, the Gazan, hungry Gazan people. I mean, they did have agency, and frankly,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, his argument doesn't really make sense because agency, like, fine, they took a decision, but doesn't mean
Yeah,
that
he's
they'll be
saying that they
responsible for
took
it
a
in that
horrible
sense.
decision. And that's, to be honest, that's the thing, man. I'm realizing that all the people who are like, I mean, that's the thing. I'm genuinely, I think I hate the people who are like, I condemn the violence of Israel, but I also condemn the violence of Hamas. I think they're the worst people on earth. Because I'm sorry, but if, I don't know, so your children are dying in front of you of hunger for a specific like group has, I don't know, locked you in your house or whatever, and you're like, I don't want to commit violence. My principles, my precious principles
Yeah,
are just
someone
to
needs to be
put
more in the wrong, right? Like, okay, fine.
yeah,
If you
like
think it's
that.
Palestinians or
Yeah,
Hamas,
maybe
fine.
I'm a primitive conservative, I guess. I believe somebody, is sometimes on the wrong.
More in
No,
the
our
wrong. Yeah.
precious principles, though. Never, 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 ever act of violence. I mean, I am so like watching Democracy Now, like The Hill, a lot of other channels. Like I'm truly like I take Israelis over them. At least they stand up for something. At least whatever that bullshit may be. Like this is just these people. What are you? Like you're nothing basically. You're just basically just I just want to eat my food and be in a safe place. That's what you are. Like
Cornel West.
I wouldn't go that far with him, but he is increasingly sounding like those.
Don't be fooled by the looks, Sam. I know it's cool.
I mean, yeah, I'm starting to, yeah, exactly.
I know the tie looks cool, but reality has nothing to do with the argument.
I know he was in Matrix. Yeah, I know he was in Matrix, but he's not that cool, okay? Yeah. I mean, I'm genuinely like, if you're not like, so you believe like if your children are dying in front of your eyes, you should not attack the people who are keeping them hungry. I mean, really, you people are truly beyond the pale, I think. I don't know. That's my view.
And
maybe these were just some videos I thought I put just maybe when we talk about Gaza's background. There was the destruction of
Where did
Gaza.
the Scottish guy go?
Oh, the Scottish guy was before. You passed it.
I just closed
YouTube.
it.
It was
it was YouTube.
Oh God. It was YouTube. No, it was
sure?
YouTube video. It wasn't. Yeah.
Oh,
it was just YouTube.
Let me see what he has to say.
This story is hilarious. Let's end with this. At least let's end on something a bit more fun. But this is hilarious. So, just to give a bit of context, in Scotland, in the UK, there's something called devolution, which is kind of like federal system in United States, and Scotland has its own sort of parliament with first minister. It's not like kind of like not the equivalent of a prime minister, but it's kind of like a governor sort of a situation.
Yeah.
And Hamza Yousaf is the SNP, Scottish National Party's first minister, who's also happens to be of Islamic background. So is his wife. And then let's listen to this story, which is somewhat hilarious. It's sad, but somewhat hilarious.
Oh, no.
We've been sick with worry. My father-in-law and mother-in-law, who are from Scotland, live in Dundee, travelled to Gaza about a week ago, where my father-in-law's mother is 92 years old, frail, elderly. He went to visit her probably for the last time.
Oh, okay.
And they're trapped in Gaza.
There.
And they've been told by the Israelis to leave Gaza. They're being told that Gaza will be effectively turned into rubble, but they have nowhere to go. They can't leave. Gaza is under blockade. And even with the assistance of the Foreign Office, they cannot guarantee any safe passage to any of the borders. And therefore, you can imagine my wife and I are sick with worry about whether or not, frankly, our parents or my in-laws will survive or not. My family have nothing to do with Hamas. My mother-in-law is a retired nurse from Ninewells. My brother-in-law, who lives in Gaza, is a doctor in a hospital. Nothing to do with Hamas, nothing to do with the terror attacks we saw. But they are, along with a lot of other Gazans, potentially going to suffer collective punishment. And that cannot be justified.
Wait, where was the funny part?
Not the funny part, but the funny part is just the power. Like, imagine you become the leader of a nation, and like you can't even protect.
Yeah, I called the foreign ministry. Like, I could have done that too.
You're like, if I was his wife right now, I would like cut him open. I swear to God, like, you know, like, what was the use of this? Like seriously, like she would be better off marrying a doctor, like better pay, less headache. Jesus Christ. So useless first minister. No, but I didn't hear I thought they're younger maybe, and you know,
At
they're
least his
really old.
wife wasn't in Gaza. I thought his wife was there, but
No, it's yeah. I mean, it's sad for everybody who's in Gaza, who's going to be turned to rubble, and yeah, the videos are horrifying of what's happening in Gaza right now.
What's this? This is Gaza?
Yeah, this is yeah, because it says here that it's a area with a very high density population because of the population. Like so far, I believe already 200,000 people have been displaced because one of the refugee camps have been blown to pieces or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Oh, this is one of the explosions.
Yeah.
It's terrifying, man. This guy, man, he's today he looked so much worse. He looked so much worse. I feel so bad for him.
Poor guy. But okay, all right, let's go and come back and continue with the rest of the show.
Yep.
Alrighty, Sam, let's continue. So there were a few Iran stories regarding football recently. One we talked about, which was Ronaldo going to Iran. And this one I had seen the news, I remember a few weeks ago, but I forgot what exactly happened. So it's Saudi team, which has Mane in it, a big Senegalese player who now, and also Kante. Okay, nice. Anyway, they went to Iran and they refused because of what? Oh yeah, and Neymar.
I think that's the famous one I know. I know the only, like the most. So yeah.
Sorry, Qasem Soleimani statue was there.
Yes, that's that. Well, yeah, they refused to play, and the reason given was because of the installation of the bust of Qasem Soleimani there. So, and I don't know if you recall when Saudi foreign ministry sent representatives over to Tehran recently for the rapprochement. They didn't go to a specific room because there was a painting of Qasem Soleimani there.
Oh wait, what do they have against
Qasem Soleimani?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That's the thing. I not quite.
Because it's super, like
because
it's publicly said that it's the Americans did it too, right? Like, I mean.
Oh, of course, Americans did it for sure. Like that's the I mean,
because if they hate him particularly, then they can hate like all Iranian. Like, what did he do that's particular?
I guess he represents Iranian imperialist expansionism. He's the most associated with it.
Just him, we'll meet with his boss. But no, I'm like, no, but seriously, I'm
no, he's a dick though. He's been a dick. All right, I'll talk to Ali, but he's being a dick. Okay, I don't like him. Keep him outside. Keep him out of place. I don't know, man. No, I think maybe his activities in Yemen and Iraq. I guess Yemen probably being the most.
Okay, I didn't think or know about Yemen. Yeah, I guess.
You knew about Yemen. Come on, we talked about it before.
No, I forgot. I was more thinking of Iraq though in my head. So
yeah, Yemen is. I guess that's. But I mean, I would say usually it's Iran, to be honest, at fault, being a bit of a dick. For example, last minute they add a painting of, somebody like they changed the name of the street that British embassy is to Bobby Sands. They changed the name of the Egypt embassy to some the guy who killed Anwar Sadat. So they really do they draw a naked picture of your mom and like put it there. It's like such childish moves. But in this specific case, it seems this bust was installed, like they saw it a couple of days before. They didn't say anything on the day they sort of said something. So it seems to be a bit of a maybe this time Iranians weren't fully at fault. Maybe. We don't know. But On a more fun news, though, when Ronaldo was in
Mm.
Iran, this girl is a very famous activist for disabled people, and he signed the shirt for her, and but then because everybody was there and it was busy and all that, she took a wrong shirt home instead of the shirt that Ronaldo signed. And then Iranian military, like for some reason, promised they're gonna return it to her. I think the event was at their place or something. And then they sent, for some reason, I don't know why, but they sent equivalent of like an Iranian commando to deliver it to her, like in a very ceremonial like way. It was really nice. It was really nice. And yeah, it was just like a surprisingly nice news, I guess, out of everything that is going on these days.
But yeah,
At least somebody got a nice thing from Ronaldo.
let's watch the video quickly.
توسط مردم عزیز و خوب نسابات که واقعا پیگیری کردن و
He does
His
look like a
actions.
commando who got like.
He's a commander.
Yeah,
He's
he
an
just
actual commander.
personally.
Yeah, he's so funny, though. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was that.
Right. And yeah, you got
But
Nagorno-Karabakh.
yeah, that's still going on, but pretty much all the Armenians are emptied out the Nagorno-Karabakh region. But and now it's really interesting. I watched a couple of really good videos on it. Russian influence in Armenia has pretty much almost disappeared now. People hate them. Not, I mean, I'm exaggerating. They still probably there is support, obviously. But interesting for us, from our perspective, was that they were saying, like right now, the most favored nations by Armenians are Iranians, because they say, like, you know, even more than Russians, they're the only ones standing behind us. And apparently, it seems Iran has opened a consulate in one of the southern cities of Armenia, and it seems Iran is giving reassurances that if there is a military conflict within Armenia mainland, they would intervene. So things somewhat have stabilized so far.
I see. Beautiful footage here too.
Yeah, it's very. This is area Kafkaz, as we call it, but Caucasus, as it is known, is one of the most beautiful areas in the world. I mean, it's very tight.
Putting these burnt and exploded cars aside.
All right, okay, yeah.
Excluding the tank.
Listen, Gaza before this recent bomb. No, it is Caucasus.
Yeah, that's why I said
there is
BBC had some nice little coastal area. What's California?
It could have been very easily, but no, but Caucasus, man, is truly like, there is a part called Gardane Hayran, which is like it's because of the fog and mountain. Basically, it looks truly majestic.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I gotta say, very humid. So
Afghanistan suffered a big earthquake, huh?
Yeah, it was a crazy earthquake. I mean, crazy because infrastructure in Afghanistan is very weak. Apparently, around 1,000 or more dead. Some sources say 2,000 even. I read today. So yeah, very bad, and sadly not getting any attention because of a Palestinian situation, to be honest. So yeah, very bad, and it's getting cold. So
yeah,
very bad. Goddamn, like, if there is a God, he's definitely he's either psycho or he doesn't like Afghanis very much. He's one of these two things.
Or both,
like, I guess
potentially.
Yeah, man. He's a psycho who doesn't like Afghanis. That makes kind of sense, to be honest, at this point. It's I mean, yeah, it was just like, there was one guy, man, he lost 11 family members.
Jesus.
And you're like, okay, like, what is the point? Like, fuck you. Like, I mean, it was just like, this is a bad week, very bad week, I would say, for humanity. I mean, every week is a bad week for humanity. But and there was this, did not get any attention, but it was quite big in Iran and stuff. There was a suicide. There was an attack on basically Turkish parliament just before they were about to open, and this led to then Turkey sort of bombing certain positions in northern Syria and all that. So, things really heated up, but didn't get any attention, I guess. Again, the Palestinian issue sort of. Palestinian
Yeah, I mean,
issue
this happened
sort of
before too, but
covered
yeah.
everything. Yeah, yeah. As you can see, they hit some areas apparently.
They're like,
In
quickly, let's go kill some Kurds.
yeah, I love anything happens in no, not Kurds even. Like anything happens anywhere in Middle East, they bomb Syria. It's like Israel hits Iran, Iran bombs Syria. Lebanon hits Israel, Israel hits Syria. Turkey, there is a suicide attack, we hit Syria. Everybody we hit Syria. It's just, Jesus. That was a fun one, I guess. So that's that. And
this is
I
funny.
sent you this.
Oh,
Yeah, I even forgot
sound's
to
not
send you.
working.
They copyrighted the sound.
No, it's weird.
Well, it's somebody upstaged Keir Starmer,
Yeah.
the idiot, and calls for people's government and all that. So that was fun. I'm sorry.
Definitely, yeah.
I had no
Don't
plans
count on
to-
Cornel. Whatever you do, don't make him your leader.
I mean, Cornel, if Cornel West gets elected and becomes the leader of the whatever movement party, then we can look forward to his successor, somebody like Keir Starmer, I guess, who will reverse to a more right-wing position. I don't know. I'm being very mean today. It's very tough times, but thankfully we got to some substantive news finally. So, Mr. Cenk Reasonable Uygur is throwing his hat in.
I don't even
for the
call that
presidential
throwing his
election.
hat. He didn't.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I'm not
He literally
sure.
did nothing.
Yeah, he on Breaking Point and Hassanabi show, he sort of tipped his toes into the water of presidential election, kind of sort of almost daring people to dare him to run as a president. So guys, if nobody's running, I guess I have to staff up. I guess I have to. And everybody's reaction was like, like we don't care.
Like,
So,
man, like,
yeah.
Is he ignoring the fact that like he had like the biggest like failed Congress run ever?
That was a local election. This is a nationwide election where he's
like
able to reach.
I lost at the park. If I played pro, I think I would do well.
Listen, in a real stadium, I would like the mood would be different, and I'll be in the mood, and it will be different. And you underestimate the Turkish presence in America, my friend. There are Turks all across New York, Colorado, California, not Ohio, but all places.
Man, I swear, if I was Democratic Party or something, I would dare him and Cornel just to make it until the election day. And if they do,
no, I would go to Vegas and put everything on Cenk not making it. To the like.
Oh yeah, we found this tape of
first
him
round
last week. Yeah, like
here's a picture of him with showing underage person's genitalia to public. So yeah, I think he's out now. Yeah,
it wouldn't take a week
to run. They wouldn't run. So somebody's got to do something because we're going to hit that iceberg. So if we're going to hit the iceberg, okay, I will get so much abuse for running. It will be legendary.
Okay.
Right? All the media will hate me or ignore me. Right?
They will ignore you.
Nothing but abuse. But I'm not just going to go quietly into that.
Fringe lunatic.
No one else is running, and nobody.
Like, I'm sorry. What are you?
Bro, you can't be this delusional in life. Like, even the Vanguard boys here are like, bro, like, what planet do you live on, man? Like, are you like, okay? What are you talking about?
Come here. After all, he's our Turkish brother. Stop being so dismissive about this. They're gonna hit the iceberg, and he has to. Okay, he has to. He has to be the. I don't know I mean, I guess he can. I guess he's big enough to act as a sort of human shield between iceberg and humanity. So he has to step in between the iceberg and humanity. So,
now it's way
doing-
too late to trigger this sort of. If that happened, a few good polls. Okay, you also.
Yeah, Vanguard boys make a good point too. Like, if you're gonna run, maybe get going. Like, when is it exactly that?
No, and by the way, this is like after Marianne Williamson has, crashed and burned.
Shit, she's still running?
Magnificent. Yes, but to which place nobody knows. But she's running. She's running into the ocean at this point. People think nobody's sure.
Jesus Christ,
But
man.
yeah, so that's she. Yeah, I mean, but so I mean, we didn't pay. I mean, we'll obviously dedicate number of shows and all that to discussing the
If he runs,
Cenk's
then he
policies.
needs to run.
If he has to, Camille. If he has to, he'll do it. Okay, okay. He doesn't want to do this. You people make him do this. You. Anyway, but yeah, this was interesting. Jordan
Man, this
Peterson is
guy's
doing
mental
the
shit.
academy apparently. Jordan Peterson, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you remember I told you about the dynamic between him and his daughter?
Yeah.
Don't you think I'm 100% right about his daughter being he's an idiot basically, and his daughter is like, oh, you're a genius, dad. Oh
No,
my
no, for
God,
sure.
yeah, you're
No,
yeah,
for
sort of,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. She's the more
She's in charge.
manipulative between the two of them towards, yeah. Like,
Mm.
if you worked for them and you wanted to like pass on an idea and you had to get the right boss on your side, you would have to convince the girl. Like, convincing Jordan Peterson is useless. No, you have to.
Yeah, I mean, as there is an old saying, old-fashioned Turkish saying, I believe, that they say the man is the head, the woman is the neck in the family, meaning the woman actually controls everything. And I think this is the case in, like, the daughter is the neck in this case. But
what if we could make getting a degree 95% less expensive? Because that's a pretty funny thing. It's like, we're going to undercut you by 95%. It's
going to be 95%
and offer a better quality experience along the way. Why wouldn't it be good to provide everybody?
Tyler Hines, Brett Weinstein, yes.
Right, is this just UATX Canada?
Why should you be generally educated? Because otherwise you're going to be a useless, resentful, bitter, pointless, counterproductive lump. And that's not a good
Pause it now.
But one part he's also describing what he's gonna teach. Like, he sounds like he's just gonna like do a normal university course. But he's giving
yeah, I mean, that's basically it. Yeah, I mean, with his Jungian bullshit, obviously.
Yeah.
But did you see the last part? Like, even him or his editors, did they not see that? He's like, you're gonna become a bitter old man who's, has his license revoked and can't deal with it. And it's like, I feel like you're specifically talking about somebody, Jordan. I feel like, I don't know, but I feel like he's so, it was very odd that I feel like this type of thing should be cleared out in the editing process, but his editors might not like it.
But it was a
much,
weird
but
video, but I mean, yeah.
It was the weirdest ad, like, and then, oh, I didn't send you this. He went on Piers Morgan. It was the weirdest thing, man. Piers Morgan, in 2 days, Google it, YouTube it. He released 2 videos of 1 hour, 2 hours interviews with Jordan Peterson, one with him alone, one with him and his daughter. And like, how much things do you have to talk about? Like, 2 days in a row and like 1 hour, 2 hour each. Really weird. I don't know. People, I guess they had a lot to talk about. Yeah, very weird.
Wait, which one was this?
What was this? This is so funny, man. We have to watch a bit of it.
So pretty much, it's
just
about,
to give a bit of a
Yeah, go ahead.
context. Yanis Varoufakis recently, I think he has a new book out or something, has been making the rounds, the former finance minister of Greece and game theorist, blah blah blah, and he he's making his usual arguments that we are entering or have already entered techno-feudalism, which is a slightly different stage from the previous capitalist stage. And then he has gone on Unheard, and I think the issue of immigration is brought up. And then, but the best part is I think some of the best part is the Majority Report reaction.
The producer, which we don't see really, but people know him.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, by the way, we had his co-host, David Griscom, on the show, interviewed him. So
that he was animated throughout this video about
that's the thing.
The channel Unheard.
Yeah, it was I mean, even I think
that's probably he probably makes that comment immediately here after watching a bit of it.
Yeah, he does. But
I mean, that is, and I love the way he responds to, frankly, cowardly retreat by that guy of, well, what about, you want to speak for these people, the herd, as we call them over here at Unheard. No, man. Like, and the idea, like, I don't know what's going on in the European Union. The fact is that anti-immigration sentiment often fluctuates around 50%, higher, lower, 10% in the United States, but pro-immigration sentiment is on the rise in the United States. So, like, who are we really speaking for here? Who is being ventriloquized into the voice of libertarians saying, oh, I'm a libertarian, I support all of this libertarian stuff, small government, free markets, man. But the border, let's militarize the shit out of that thing because it's fucking ridiculous.
It's kind of funny when the producer is like the main analyst of the story, but you don't see his face. You're like, okay. I mean,
I find it weird that Majority Report still doesn't have like a camera. Like TYT used to have a camera that was in producer's room, which was, by the way, I always found so weird that there are 2 or 3 people sitting in a room with these devices as if like there is like one video being broadcast. What are you people managing? But whatever, like, can't you put a webcam in the? I don't know.
Especially when he's the main one. He talks more than the 2 of them put together.
This is a clip from, I guess, longer show. I don't.
No, in this clip particularly. Yeah. Because he is very animated.
My entire life, we have this entire NAFTA shit where it's like, oh, we're gonna liberalize
modifying housing and but throwing governments.
Yep, well, there's a permeable barrier despite it being militarized. So we're basically just wasting money.
But yeah.
Oh, I mean, I thought you're gonna play a bit more of him talking about the Unheard stuff. No,
I could.
You know, play a bit more. I don't.
To just act like, oh no, it's the people speaking, as opposed to, this is how the politicians like Suella Braverman are perverting actual like problems with survival in this country among constituencies into racism. That's the problem, and it's the rentiers and it's people that make it hard to live in Europe.
Yeah, and I mean, it benefits the rentiers, the people.
Pause whenever. So no, I don't know, man. I think these people, like, all respect, and we had his co-host on, but first, like, I kind of was thinking of emailing him, but having seen a couple of videos, I'm a bit afraid, to be honest, because man, gets so animated about this, and I think he's got such a romantic vision of just people in jail. Like, no, man, people are not herds. They never like. They're not racist. It's been turned into racism.
Yeah.
And frankly, to be honest, man, I don't get like. I'll leave. Do you have anything to say about this?
No.
All right,
I agree largely.
Do we have any other stories? I think this was it, right?
We have that poor. I mean, I don't know. I think it's unethical.
I have a point to make. Otherwise,
it's unethical to play the other Majority Report because I mean,
the
guy who calls in is just
all right.
It's not funny to be this.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Before you play this video and while you fix your camera, which has not been helpful this episode at all, but I just want to make the point that, man, I mean, I think you disagree with me here. So, but I don't. I mean, even when I was like more like thinking I'm left, whatever, like just being anti-immigration is not being racist. I don't think. I mean, we are right now to this week, everybody's discussing Palestinian-Israeli issue. That's an immigration issue too. Go read your history. Originally, it started with peaceful immigration of Israelis, which was protested by Palestinians already back then. Because, I mean, it's very easy to say, like, oh, everybody should be able to move everywhere and all that. But you can't have a society without certain structures in place, certain abilities to communicate. I mean, I just don't think, like, mass movements of people in short periods of time is necessarily a good idea, and being worried about it makes you a racist. I don't know, maybe I am racist,
not necessarily. So. Yeah. I mean, I think that was relatively.
Yeah, you think I'm a racist? Or?
No. There were some valid points in there.
Yeah, no, it's just this idea that, like, the fact that, I think there were very reasonable worries about immigration in Europe, especially when your government is not, investing at all in the infrastructure, and you're not likely to get that investment. It can be. I'm not saying it always is, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry for making a boring
point.
No, but yeah, let's go to the unethical video, because this.
I can't find it though. I don't. You had sent it, but.
Oh, I didn't reset. I was being ethical. I did not include it.
Okay. Yeah. So
but
then we don't have it.
It is that one, no?
But
oh no,
was it no? Sam Cedar was there.
Yeah, Sam Cedar was. I can find it very easily.
Oh, there it is. But yeah.
All right. It's a good one.
Hold on, I had it.
Oh.
All right, yeah, let's just listen to a few minutes.
Dan from California, what's on your mind?
Yeah, did you say you were only taking calls on a certain topic? I missed something.
Well, I just took an 818 call because I figured that was
he was so
about
nice in the beginning.
what we were just talking about with Newsom and 571. I was just taking a flyer.
Oh, well, I had a call on something separate from what you were talking about, if that's okay.
Yeah, if it's quick.
Okay. I have a YouTube channel, and I do debates and discussions. I was wondering, I've called you a few times before. I was wondering if I could post my calls to your show on my channel.
Sure.
Okay. Great. Would you mind if I say what my channel is? Okay. It's youtube.com/DanNorton1.
Can I say my name? Okay.
I'm an Ayn Rand fan. We've had a couple debates in the past.
Ooh.
And I wanted to talk sometime about the principle A is A. I called on a Thursday about a year ago, and Matt Leck wanted to talk about that. And the conversation got cut short, and he invited me, and Emma invited me to call back to talk about that on the day that you were here. So I'd like to talk about that sometime if you're up for it.
Do you want to talk about A is A?
Yeah, that's a fundamental principle. It's an axiom in Ayn Rand's philosophy.
This is like when your teacher catches you out of a school hours. I was, and then Matt told me that I can come here and pick up his bag for him if you if you allow me to pick up his bag. Matt said, it's just so awkward, the whole thing. I don't know. It's just the beginning before the substance.
What's the name of the lady that he likes? What's her name again?
Ayn Rand.
Ayn Rand. And Ren must have been so pissed if she could hear. She's like, come on, I've said some more interesting stuff than this.
Not really. Funny. I don't think so.
No, I mean,
I don't think she has.
I think, no, I mean, I know about her and everything, but I'm sure there was some other better example or argument to bring up than what he decided to dedicate his call to.
And the irony is, though, Ayn Rand, he talks about, these Superman and these exceptional men and Ubermen, and and his supporter, Ayn Rand fan, is calling, hello, can I talk? Am I allowed to talk about Ayn Rand? Your clip, is it okay if I clip it?
He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he seems so nice, but at the same time, he seems so unlikely to be an Ayn Rand fan.
It's true. Let's see, make this
let's
point
get
though. I
to
mean,
the
he
substance.
he goes right away now.
It's called the law of identity. And Matt was criticizing it by citing another philosopher by saying, in effect, it was an empty tautology. It didn't really have any content or meaning. But the meaning that Ayn Rand ascribes to it and her philosophy is that it emphasizes that reality is an absolute and it doesn't bend to your wishes. You can't just make things as you want them. Like if Donald Trump wants to have won the election, that doesn't make reality snap into line. The facts are what they are, independent of what he wants.
You picked a bad example on top.
To take another example, which might be.
Well, let me ask you this.
Trump,
I mean, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What if Mike Pence had been told by?
Sam is giving him too much credit here. It gets worse.
That's had been.
No, but
the point is that the facts don't change just on your wishes. So you might be.
What's the facts? What's the facts in this instance? Like there are some facts that don't change, but I mean, winning the election. And just like what facts?
Yeah.
I mean, certain.
Just that you can't change those by wishing them away. Or praying, it's often said. Religious people will.
Okay, I agree that you cannot change
let's
facts.
move on to the next
if we could agree on what the facts were in a certain situation.
Who determines facts, though?
Well, that's the thing. Is that I mean, like,
no, they don't need to go that far.
Don't do that to him. He doesn't. No, don't ask him questions like
but
that.
But it gets worse because then it doesn't get
really
worse,
bad.
but they just like really stick. He sticks. They're like, so okay, you're saying things don't change if you don't want them to change. Okay, he's like, yeah, and that's super insightful.
Yeah, it's
okay. Like, other people said that
God,
before.
Man.
Yes.
No, man, I swear to God, though, if you read Ayn Rand, like it's literally this bullshit. Like not just Ayn Rand, most of philosophy books, you're like, oh, did you know? Like if you suffer, like if you lose in a situation, sometimes you learn from it. What like this guy's famous and there is university courses because he said this and it's so annoying. But so I mean, gotta give him, he did do justice to Ayn Rand. But this video was like, if just play a bit more towards the end, it was like watching somebody die, like in a quicksand, like when they go down. It was like the slowest sort of, well, you can't change the facts, facts are facts, was just
and there's a cause for that. It's
the intense regret that I'm feeling about taking this phone call. Why should I not feel regret about it? Like, what have we learned? Like, what are you like? What's the point of this?
What have we learned today, children?
Well, I mean, it's fundamental to everything. It underlies everything you think or do. Things have to be a certain way. I mean, you're assuming that your microphone is going to work when you sit down to do your broadcast.
Yes, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, and then there's a cause for that. And you have to figure out what the cause is. Maybe it's not plugged in. And you can't just hope that it's going to work or pray that it's going to work.
So you're telling me that Ayn Rand came up with the idea that magical thinking is not real, and this is important because...
Apparently everyone else is magical thinking but Ayn Rand.
Is that what's going on?
There are temptations to evade the facts, and that's what this principle is designed to help.
You know what?
I'm surprised this guy literally has a vocabulary. Like, he's not just limited to his name and moment.
He read Ayn Rand. He's read Fountainhead and what's the other one? God damn it. Atlas Shrugged. So yeah, he must know a couple of words. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah. And imagine like you called, man, at least like have a couple of Wikipedia pages open in front of you before you call in. Like, just so we can have a, I'm not saying go buy the original books, just Wikipedia pages. Just have them in the background open. If you're on the phone, it's not, anyway.
That was horrible.
Yeah, good video though. Good video. I feel.
But okay, very nice stuff overall. So let's wrap this up.
Our geopolitics this week was not nice. I mean, it was many things, but nice.
But Cornel
Jesus
keeps
Christ.
on stealing the show, so.
Well, I feel like Cornel this week was much shorter. Like I really wanted to discuss it, but there was nothing to discuss. He gave us no
He
excuses.
did well with it. Yeah, maybe he did somewhere else. We have to go dig deeper.
Yeah, now we have to get it like tour the dark web or something. Where are the reasons?
But nobody cares. We actually might have to do like original reporting.
Yeah, exactly. We have to call Cornel. Cornel, why did you? Oh, their canteen wasn't good because of the canteen. The canteen wasn't. The Greens Party canteen off. He was out. Cornel was out of there.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, all right. If anybody has any questions, please leave them below. If not, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.